Here's what's coming up after the break. Buying a new car is always an exciting process, but those hidden costs can get you revved up. My next two guests tell us about how dealerships and banks, how much they take from us, they penned a book titled Eff You Very Much, How You're Being Screwed by Dealerships and Banks. You don't want to miss this. Welcome back. Now, most people invest in a car, but it's likely that it's financed by a bank. But that car will cost you more than the original price tag. You're told about admin fees on the road, fees, inflation, and other types of fees. But are we getting ripped off by the motor and banking industry? And what does all of this mean? To tell us more, I'm joined in studio by Crystal Slubbert and John Titmus, authors of Eff You Very Much, How You're Getting Screwed by Banks and Dealerships. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's start with how you actually put all of this information together. How far and wide did you go to sort of put together this expose, if you like?
Well, it started off when I bought a vehicle around about October, November, and when I got my invoice, it was sort of $5,000 more than what the advertised price was. So I looked at the invoice and I saw on the road fees and agents fees. And then we happened to take a trip to KZN and we were listening to the local radio station, and there was a female journalist on air declaring that these on-the-road fees are illegal. So we came back from KZN and we started investigating, and Crystal's a brilliant investigator. She did all of the research. So yeah, that's how it started off.
Right, a brilliant and brave investigator. I mean, to be able to bring this to light, you guys have literally taken on so much and have taken on threats as well. But this is very important to bring to light. I'd like to touch on page 15 in terms of the on-road breakdowns. Whenever you buy a new car, it's always a nice affair. You get the champagne and they tell you about the little extras that they're giving you, but little unbeknown unto you, rather, you're actually paying for this. What are these costs about, and why are we paying for them if they're so illegal?
We're actually paying for the dealership's operating costs. Page 15 is they charge you to generate an invoice. They charge you to do a damage inspection, and it's all just laid out here that you're actually paying the dealership's operating costs.
They charge you to drive the vehicle, pre-delivery wash, driving from the depot, a 50 Rand charge, cleaning in delivery bay. I mean, some of the costs also are so ridiculous, one wonders how they even got to these prices. Let's talk about the court case that's currently playing itself out involving the National Credit Regulator.
The National Credit Regulator's got a tribunal on at the moment, and this is against VW Finance and BMW Finance, not against the dealerships. And with this investigation, the dealerships are hiding behind this and saying, we'll wait for this outcome and then see what happens. And so they're still doing these illegal charges, and the National Credit Regulator has asked them to stop. And they're not stopping. They're just blasé, this is what we do, this is what we're charging. So we are in discussion with the National Credit Regulator, and they are quite interested in exactly what we have found out.
John, is it ignorance on our part in terms of not reading this, or is it just not knowing, or just trusting that the dealership will do right by you?
A bit of everything that you've said, actually. I mean, the law came in 2007. The only fees that they are allowed to charge is for registration, licensing, number plates and fuel. Nothing else. That is all illegal. But we see the on-the-road fees on the invoice. And you know, I bought 6 cars since 2007. And it's become a norm. You know, it's become acceptable. And which is totally wrong. I mean, it's illegal according to the Act since 2007, and they're just carrying on, and it's getting worse and worse. And they are making additional money on other things as well. To give you an example, we talk about third-party add-ons. That's like smash and grab on your windows, VPS, you know, vehicle protection shield. We found that some of the dealerships, if not all of them, are adding on. And one of the dealerships had a 300% markup on this.
300%?
300%. They even add on money, and I worked it out, I've got the latest tables of registration license per province, and that's another subject which I'd like to touch on just now. For this particular vehicle, it was 600 rand. The dealer charged 950, making a 350 profit. Not a lot of money, but more than 1.9 billion cars were sold last year. Multiply that by 350, that's 670,000 rand.
It adds up. So, Crystal, is it better to then buy a car cash?
No, they're still going to charge you these fees. And coming back to the add-ons, smash and grab from the actual supplier was 1,400 rand. A dealership charged 4,200 rand. Now, the company will come and fetch the car from the dealership, so there's no running around, and they will return it. And yet, so they're making lots of money on these add-ons. It's smash and grab. When it is VPS, that protection shield, and there's so many more things that they've just added on just to make more money. And people are living in fear because they're waiting for their approval from the bank. And it happened to my son as well. And he said, Mom, I don't care what they charge me. My car was approved for me to collect, and that's all I wanted.
And not the added costs.
No.
John, your book also has encounters from other people, ordinary South Africans who've also gone through this, and many of us, probably some of us don't even know, but we've also been victim to this. If people would like to get a hold of you perhaps, or even share their accounts with you and join in the class action suit, what do they do? Well,
I would suggest firstly to visit our website, and I need to make this quite clear. It's www.EFF, the word F, not the capital F letter, and not a U, but whole word U, verymuch.com. So it's FUverymuch.com, www. in front, of course.
Right.
That'll take you to the website. On the website, you can read up a bit about the book, obviously. You can purchase it on the website, the Kindle or the PDF version. It's going for 120 Rand online, so that's quite cheap.
Right.
And there's also an opportunity then to join into the class action suit. And the more we can get, the merrier and the better it will be. You know, to get this driven so that these illegal transactions must end.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
And we've got those details on our screens.
It's not going to cost the customer or the consumer anything, because the lawyer and the advocate will work on contingency.
Okay.
So,
right. Thank you very much.